2006 TDI, I believe the engine code is BRM. Complaint is lack of power, black smoke out the tailpipe, especially going up a hill. So obviously first thing I did was drive it and verified the complaint. Funny enough, there were no codes stored. You would think that with a power loss issue, especially when it gets to the point where you notice the power loss, that a code would be present, but not in this case. So as you can see, I've got the engine RPM, boost pressure desired, what the computer is commanding, and boost pressure actual. In millibars, snap-on scaling is I got that auto correcting or auto scaling, so these peaks might look similar in terms of behaving according to what the ECM says or wants, but as you can see here, the scaling on here, the highest point it hit was 1600 millibars, whereas the computer or ECM is actually commanding up to 2040 millibars. So let me just see if I can get the cursors going here. So let's just pick a peak here, and you can also see that when the ECM is commanding or is expecting boost, as I'm accelerating, boost, you can see here, it hasn't even started climbing yet. And that's pretty much the sensation that you feel. You step on the gas pedal and nothing's really happening. It's only until engine speed increases to the higher RPMs when you actually do feel a little pickup or boost. And then obviously you see here, these are probably going through the shifts, first gear, second gear, etc. And then decelerating in terms of RPM. And obviously once you decelerate in RPM, the boost level, the ECM commands it to go off, or doesn't need the boost, so it cuts the boost level. So the main complaint or thought process here basically already is the fact that I don't hear the turbo whistling at lower speeds, which is the quick spool, because of the not the wastegate but the turbo vanes, you know, how they're supposed to adjust to the narrow gap, causing the turbo to spin quickly at lower RPM. I don't hear that, so I already have my suspicion that something's going on with the turbo vanes. And following video here is what I found. (2006) BRM TDI. Complaint is lack of power, exhaust smoking, black smoke. No code stored aside from intake flap motor, but no boost code. And when the data logged it, there was no boost, or there was boost, but it's slow to build. Here's the turbo actuator. It sits on the top on this one. You can see the turbo rod. When the engine's running, vacuum is applied here, and it's supposed to force the rod down. That's not happening, so I'm just going to check it for vacuum here. I've got 17, 18 inches of vacuum, so that tells me that the vacuum solenoid is good, the vacuum lines are good. So with vacuum supply being good, the only thing left is the diaphragm either is broken or the vanes are stuck. So I'm going to hook a vacuum hose, see if I can pump it up. Won't pump up, vacuum diaphragm is broken.